let me know. 10-5, you said. 33.
33. Can you let a supervisor know that I have a case report with an arrest attached?
1830.
Is that possible, Sheridan and Wilson?
10-4, standby.
10-4.
And where's the line? 37-4. I'm sorry, we're not copying you.
All right. Here we go. Get that beautiful saxophone turned down. We are back in the studio today, and we're going to get into all this stuff. I want to say, we'll get into that in a second. I want to rewatch that. But I want to say thank you all for joining. We're going to be getting into this case today. I'm not sure if they stream into the evening or if I'm going to split it up and do one for a few hours. Kind of get caught back up on some other things around here and then do a show later tonight. I'll let you know as we go on throughout the day. I am going to be meeting that LE contact tomorrow. She already reached back out. I'm still waiting to hear. Oh, no problem. I'm still waiting to hear back from Jessica, but I just sent the messages a few minutes ago. But I will be meeting that LE contact down there tomorrow. We're going to be talking about, since stuff came out, and I'm glad she's going to be there too, because I really want to kind of go into that spot, and I kind of want to brainstorm with her. And see what she's thinking when it comes to. I want to see what she thinks. You know what I mean? See what she thinks. But we're going to be getting into that stuff today. I want to say thank you to everybody for hopping in. Go ahead and call out the ticket numbers, and then we'll get into that press conference that played earlier. There's going to be another one coming out. We're going to listen to Jessica's interview again. We're going to go through different parts of the footage that I wanted to show you guys, key points, stuff that I still feel, because I'm not necessarily thinking that it's no foul play. I'm still not thinking that. So I'm going to show you with the footage, like some of the reasons why, and kind of, we're going to go back down there tomorrow. I'm going to go live again tomorrow, down there. And we're going to go through all the different parts again as well. You can never have too much footage, but I will be recording with other cameras as well. So we'll go ahead and get into the ticket numbers. I want to say Katrina, contribution call out. Hold on 1 second. Let me flip that up there. Thank you for becoming a member again. I appreciate you and all the hard work that you do for the true crime community. Appreciate that very much. Diana, ticket number 9. Kitty, ticket number 3. What's up? We got Donald. How you doing? Katrina, ticket 12. Donald, ticket 11. Very sad day. Yes. R.I.P. Riley. It's unfortunate news, and it's news that you don't want to hear, but it is an answer. Unfortunately, it's not the answer any of us wanted to hear. I wanted to hear he had amnesia. So prayers to the family. And shout out to the true crime community for all that you did for this case, all the creators that were working down there. I want to say shout out to them. Because like Silky was saying earlier, you put more awareness on it, the voices become bigger. And that's why I always say, if some of these people would just take this negative energy that they're using, use it for positivity, see what we can do. Not that we were the ones that were putting the boats in there and using the sonar. The attention of it is what holds people accountable, and that's what we can do, if anything. So thank you to everybody, whether you're in chat, you're a content creator, or you're just spreading the word like Jessica, or any of these other people that we were talking to this whole time. Shout out to you. Because of you, the awareness was put on, because who knows, right? You listen to Jessica, who knows what it would have ended up. K. Miller, golden ticket number 19. Thank you. Thank you, Andy. Appreciate you being there to support. Yes. Yeah, it broke a couple hours ago. So we'll be going back down there tomorrow. We'll be going live again. Silky's going to be meeting us as well. And what's up, Wormuth? How you doing? Thank you for hopping in. Let me see here. Dre, ticket 24. Yes, R.I.P. Riley and the family. Debre, ticket 25. Thank you. What's up, Contrary? Collateral damage, ticket 30. Ricky Bobby, what's up? R.I.P. Rob. Lucia Williamson, ticket 27. Thank you. Detective, happy birthday anniversary. There you go. Boom, boom, boom. And the zoom. Lucia, thank you. What's up, Crystal? Thank you. Mary, yeah, 7:30 this morning. No, I'm not on location today. I'm in the studio, but we will be on location tomorrow. We're going to be going through a lot of the videos, a lot of the stuff I haven't been able to do just because we've been on the road and on location this whole time. Now that we're back in the studio, we'll actually be able to go through these things. So we're going to have some good shows today. Thank you for hopping in. Ticket 38, Mary, thank you. And we're going to check out this press conference again, just in case anybody comes across and they haven't seen it yet. Caddy, thank you. Ticket number 40. Thank you. Yep. It's just like, Ellie said yesterday about when I asked about the shirt. I've heard about it, but there was just no confirmation. And that's one thing I wanted to keep stressing, because there was a lot of I'm not going to call it misinformation, because we didn't know. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like, there was so much going around. It wasn't misinformation, but at the same time, when I talked to her and I asked her straight up, and she's like, I've been looking and I haven't seen anything confirmed. I wanted to make sure that not that I was trying to tell anybody they were wrong or that they shouldn't, but at the same time, like, yo, I've heard it straight from, like, we gotta, just like with the story about the homeless person, right? I'm like, it don't make sense. It didn't make sense. Yes. What is the surveillance? What is the surveillance that we didn't see? That's the thing. What's up, Gianna? How you doing today? Sorry about the audio issues earlier. Sorry about that. What's up, Golf? If you'd like to hop up. Would you like to hop up, Golf? I'm sorry we didn't get you an invite yesterday. Would you like to hop up? What's up, Nina Kelly? V Slims, how you doing? Collider Hope. It is, isn't it? It is. That's why I'm going back down there tomorrow, because I'm going to take, even if I have to take a rope, it's where I crashed my drone. I'm going to walk down there and I'm going to show you guys, like, okay, did he fall here? I'm going to have the LE contact there and I'm going to be talking to her. And I want to brainstorm with her and, like, explain to her a lot of the stuff that I'm thinking, and I want to see what she says. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go down. We're gonna look around. We're gonna get more. I mean, it was crazy last night. We were there last night. We walked to the Your Tempo at 9:00 at night. Before that, there was a homeless man that fell in the lake, and it was like crazy. We're sitting there recording, and a first responder runs up, and I'm like, "Whoa, what's going on?" It was weird. No, nothing going on. Just a truck with sirens pulls up, and like runs out and he's putting his jacket on and I'm like, yo, what are we in the way? Do you need me to get out of the way? He's like, maybe. Guys, I'm gonna show you guys that. It was nuts. It was nuts. And then it was unfortunate because the whole time we were interviewing Jessica, the family was right next to us. And when all that stuff was going down, the mom was in the back of the SUV crying and shit. And it's like, man, can you imagine her seeing all these people? You know, they're over there. We're sitting here talking to Jessica. It's starting to get dark. And then all of a sudden, this first responder runs right up. There's a boy jumped up. What? We've been here for 2 hours. We didn't hear nothing. And then it was just crazy. Crazy stuff, you know? Just that poor mom. I feel so bad for her. Oh, Carol 62, thank you. Reality 54, appreciate that. 58. Oh, thank you. And thank you too. If you guys would like to hop up, let me know as well. Just let me know where you messaged me and I'll send you a link. You know what? Screw it. Hold on. I'm not gonna have you up if I'm not inviting you. So, Mind of Monsters, you're more than welcome to hop up if you'd like. Golf Inspector General, you're more than welcome to hop up if you'd like. Mama Mayo, you're more than welcome to hop up if you like. Christina Rain, you're more than welcome to hop up if you like. Rosie, you're more than welcome to hop up if you like. What's up, Ginger? Ticket 39. 1 second. I think, let's see here. And I do have to send this to... Sorry, I just rushed back to the studio here. What's up, Devo? Thank you. Yeah, I'm going to be going back down there tomorrow. I'm going to be going back down there tomorrow. So I'm going to probably be there for 4 or 5 hours. So we're going to be doing a drive down there and then on location again. And then I'm going to be getting more footage. I'm going to test out the drone tomorrow. There's the park up there above the parking deck. There's a big park grass area. I'm going to test my drone out right there. And then if everything's all good, I'm going to go ahead and take it down to the bottom with me so I can get some drone footage for you guys to, flying around and kind of going from the water and then kind of flying up above the cliffs and things like that. So I'll be testing that out tomorrow when we go down there too. Ticket 74, thank you very much. Appreciate you. Happy birthday, Detective. Ooh, hold on a second. What's up, Gloria? Ticket 79. Thank you, thank you. Nope, he's still had his shirt on. Yeah, shout out to the mods. Appreciate them. And especially everybody for holding it down while we're out on location. It's a lot. It takes a team effort for sure. Definitely takes a team effort. What's up, Golf? Oh, and here we go. We got Rosie too. Good.
Hi.
Morning still or afternoon something. I don't know. I'm lost anymore. What's up?
Nighttime for me. Hi, Golf.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Rosie. Our heroes, I have to say.
I'm telling you that Tempo place was sketchy. I don't know how many people saw me and Silky walk. We walked the rest of the path to the Your Tempo building at 9:00 at night, and it was sketch. It was so sketch.
Yeah, I caught you guys, and I did not feel good about it either. I have to say, I was like sitting there with my stomach in a knot.
Yeah. Let me see here. Yeah, it was. I saved myself a half second if I needed it. I was more worried about Silky than anything. But she was a trooper.
Yeah.
I'm, you know, plenty times I'm like, Silky, if you're not comfy, let me know. You know, because we'll turn around if you want to, but if you don't want to, you gotta come with this guy, okay?
You're the
she
protection.
she hung in there. She hung in there. It was she did great. I was like, wow, I was impressed though, because really, if you guys were there in person, it was yeah, it was sketch, and then there was cars like doing complete circles at intersections, and it's like, what are we walking into here? But we had to though, because it's like, think about it like this: if we didn't go down there, I don't know if anybody else does. I'm not saying we're the first, but I hadn't seen anything, and if we didn't go down there, how sketch would we have really thought it was? You know?
Yeah, and the mere fact that you didn't know how sketchy it was, because those areas are not safe at all to be in. Never mind at nighttime alone. Um, but yeah, that's why I was worried, because there was a break pointing there where you went into the darkness by yourself, and Silky stayed outside in the light. But I was like, that's not a good place for you guys. And at any minute somebody can just like, and not saying that they would do anything, but they would question why you were there. You know how people are. They're very territorial. And so it was a little
Oh,
bit,
understand.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm definitely I grew up a lot different, so that was nothing compared to what I grew up with.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it it was important. I have, when it comes to, especially, I'm not going to have Silky come with me if I really feel that I wouldn't be able to protect her, you know.
Yeah.
I'm not going to offer somebody self sense of security um because I want to get some footage or something, you know.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where I know I'm confident in my abilities, and I'm able to make sure that she is protected if there's a situation, because I know not only I know that situation, but at the same time, when I grew up, I had to grow up with that radar that's just not forward. I had to grow up with that radar that was in a circle, where if I can't see it, I had to sense it, kind of
Mhm.
thing. And so it was, trust me, that radar was flying as we were going in there, and that's why I was doing what I was doing when I was doing it, because it's always about that half second. It's always about that half second. And so uh I w- I just wanted to make sure she was comfortable, but at the same time, it's like, it's different, because what if we were like, oh yeah, if what if he, because really we don't know if he did walk down that way. We don't know for sure.
Exactly. And that was my thought too, is like, that poor boy was walking around there all by himself in that
Mm-hmm.
area, not knowing, and he maybe something scared him, and that's what, threw him over the edge, or something. You never know what could have scared the poor boy, into going over that edge, probably, and fell in and hurt himself, and there it goes.
But I think that's also a good point that CJ is bringing up about, like what you're used to as well. So with him as, being a foreigner, not a foreigner, but a tourist in a way, he probably didn't really know how to navigate the same way he would if, a local was in that situation. Because like where I'm from as well, it sounds similar to like what CJ is saying. If it's about kind of what you're used to. So I think it's actually important that people can see footage like that who aren't in there, so that they can understand that that exists.
Correct.
Just
Mm-hmm.
Well, from
in
now on, they need to
yeah,
take protection against that, though. I mean, at least put up gates along that river bend where they know tourists actually frequent, back and forth.
Something.
Yeah, they need that, definitely.
It's literally like thigh high.
Hmm.
It's thigh high. And like where I'm gonna keep referring to it as like the public restroom for that little area where there's like stone. And then when I took you out, it was that part where Silky sat back, and I kind of walked that ledge to show you guys. Like it was that part in the back, if anybody remembers. And that right there, um, everybody knows how to navigate back there. They all go fishing too. I don't know
Yeah.
why you would go fishing in that river, but
Ugh.
yeah. But people were fishing all over the place, not at that spot, but you would see them fishing off the side of the road and stuff. And who says something? Because that area, as soon as you pass that bridge, it is just, even that bridge right there, it's so sketch, even though it's not that dark.
Mm.
Who knows? Who really knows? Hey, what's up? How you doing?
Hey, good to see you. I'm going to turn my camera off. I'm on lunch at work.
Oh, okay.
Thank you so much I work from home, but either way, thank you so much for being hospitable to my son, and thank you for being boots on the ground for Riley. I really appreciate it. We're Nashvillians at heart, lived there for almost 30 years. My son is,
Oh, wow.
A native, so that was really important to him
Okay.
to go down and help do whatever he could last night. So I really appreciate you guys a lot. And I'm
thank you.
sunshine on my channel, so I apologize for not putting Mind of Monsters in my stream.
Oh, it's okay.
name.
Yeah, no. And thank you for the kind words. And thank them as well, because it was nice. Because even though we are different creators, we're kind of doing it as a collective part in a community and sharing information with each other. Whatever we get, it's not one of these things where it's like, yeah, I know something, we're running off kind of thing. Everybody was kind of sharing stuff, and so that was really cool. Really cool. So shout out to them too. And we've been sharing their links as well, for all
there's
their
no
hard
point
work.
in being competitive as creators.
No.
It's always so much better to just make one thing of it.
Be a transformer. We're all different parts of a transformer, and we all connect together and we knock shit out. Like the awareness. It's like what Jessica was saying when it came to the awareness. It's huge.
Exactly.
Because with you being from there, like she was talking about a lot about how they try to hide all of the crime and all of that kind of stuff that takes place, and they did a good job of it, because I had absolutely no freaking clue it was like that until I went to that spot for Riley's strain. And then that's when I had locals, and I mean everybody just telling me the same thing over and over, like it's a different city at night than it is during the day. Just because it's during the day doesn't mean it's safe. Like, don't walk alone always, especially at night. I mean, there was these same things that people kept telling us, and it really set in on how dangerous it is. And then you see everything that you're seeing with your own eyes, and you're just like, how did I not even? They do a good job of covering it up.
Yeah,
They really do.
Can I just agree with what Silky said too? And I believe that there is a reason that they found the boy's body, Riley's body, when all the YouTuber in the community descended upon Nashville, and they got a lot of pressure put on them to do something.
Right.
And I think that had an effect. And I believe in that wholeheartedly, and it needs to be done the right way. And it's been over 2 weeks, so it was about time. I'm lucky. I'm very happy they found him, but I don't look at it as a coincidence that they got a lot of pressure and everybody was on high alert or higher alert, right?
Yeah, it's why didn't you bring in the TBI right away?
Correct.
And it's bigger than that. It's 3 bodies. We don't know who would have been found without Riley.
Or more. Yeah, right. That's true, because they just found those 2 when they were looking for him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So whether or not, people complain about the YouTube community and misinformation and this and that, doesn't matter. It's the focus that, people pay attention to that. The focus that's being put on it, and the pressure it's being put on for the, for local law enforcement and agencies to actually do something.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And when they see all of these YouTubers and TikTokers and Twitter streamers and everybody, that's when they're like, oh shit. Like, yeah, we hear it over the airwaves, but when you're seeing people there and they are searching, and then they know that there's people on the other end of that camera watching and almost helping them search too, because there's people in chat that'll notice stuff that we don't even see sometimes.
Mm. Yeah.
There's so many eyeballs on them, and I know that they feel it. They have
Right.
to.
And that should have happened like day one, right? When you get that report that a boy's missing and
Right.
looks like
Yeah.
he's fell in the river. And why wasn't that done right away? I mean, he would have probably been found earlier, but yeah.
And I mean, when it comes to the footage that we saw, CJ and Silky's footage, I mean, I'm not a parent or an American, but if I were, I would be really glad to see that, to
Mhm.
know what is there before having a child or somebody go there. You need to be prepared. I'm not saying you can't go there, but you do need to know more about where you're going. And
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And I can see it would be an honest, simple mistake. Excuse me. An honest, simple mistake where you're intoxicated, you type in tempo, you know what I mean? Like
Mm.
and then you're intoxicated and you just click on one of them because and then maybe he realized after he walked a couple blocks, maybe he realized at that point, I'm lost, and that's why he called somebody. Or was trying to, that witness that said they heard him, there was two people on the phone, and one of them said, we're going to get you home or whatever.
yeah.
Maybe he realized he was lost. They were like, I don't know we'll help you. We'll hang out here on the phone until you get there. Like, who was that? What was there any more to that conversation?
Who knows? Who knows? But the
Yeah.
point is that all along that river, you showed us plenty of cameras on buildings and stuff like that, and that's something that should have been collected right away.
Oh,
all the cameras,
the sign said 24-hour surveillance right there.
correct. Yeah, everywhere. So all those cameras, and if they're not up and running, because that's conceivable, it is Nashville, then you need to make sure that they are, like, along that stream there. They need to have cameras running 24/7.
Mm-hmm. Rosie CJ Discord. What's up? Let me scroll down. Okay, family's gonna hold press conference. WATE6 at 1:00. Is it still gonna be 1:00? And that'll be interesting when the toxicology comes back to and the autopsy, and if they find out if there's any roofie chemicals or if there was water in his lungs or not.
Yeah.
Because if there's not water in his lungs, that's what I don't understand. How can you say there's... Do you guys feel that there could be foul play still? Or are you guys feeling like, okay, there's no foul play, he fell? And
when I briefly listened over the statement that the police officers gave just before I came on here, and it seems like he's saying there was no foul play based on the scene or the embankment, not based on anything else. So that's like preliminary. He was saying at the shoreline there's no sign of foul play. But we'll listen again. I think if we're going to watch that, and you can see if you're understanding the same way. But he was saying based on, like, just that area. He wasn't saying it was based on anything else. So I mean,
I thought he was saying period that even with... I thought it was something they just kept repeating, that there's no foul play
But yeah, but in this most recent video, I think
The one
he
from
was
this morning.
yeah, he worded it cleverly. Oh, you guys will tell me if you agree, but I think it was cleverly worded where he was saying based on the area, not based on anything else. So it was an interesting way to put it.
1
You let me
p.m.
know.
Central. 1 p.m. Central.
I think with
Yeah,
it
let
being
me.
so early, I'd like to hope it was just a very unfortunate accident with him being intoxicated. That is a steep riverbank. It's
Oh yeah.
pitch dark down there at night. I mean, that you saw yourself that after dark, Nashville changes. When you come out of those city lights, there's a dark underbelly in that city. I mean,
Oh
that's
yeah.
from somebody that lived there for a long time. It's
Yeah.
definitely heartbreaking, and I appreciate you having me up. I wish I had more time to
Aw.
stay up
Thank you.
with you guys. I'm actually, like I said, I'm on lunch with work. I jumped in a little late, but again,
It's
I
all
thank
good.
you for being hospitable to my son
Oh,
and for being there
thank
for
you.
Riley and his family. And you guys all have a beautiful day, and
Oh, thank you.
prayers and
Appreciate
positive
you.
vibes.
Yeah, and anytime, just let me know, and you're more than welcome. Appreciate you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Yeah, I have to agree. I don't think what I feel like this was is I believe the boy got scared when he walked there. I'm sorry, call him boy, Riley, poor Riley, and I think he got scared by something, and an accident happened is what I feel like. But not to say that there isn't foul play, because foul play you can track it back to someone roofed him, right? So
Right.
that we don't know. That is possible because that happens in Nashville quite often, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's what Jessica said, that even the bar that he was at, that's one of the main ones where that stuff's taken place. She said it had a lot to do with a lot of there's a lot of bars down there that have names connected to them, and she said that a lot of the people own those same establishments. It's just a rotation of names. As one fades off and another one becomes popular, they kind of, take over whatever that spot is, kind of thing, which is understandable. I mean, the whole town is based off of music stars. So if somebody's not a star anymore, you're probably going to replace them. You're not going to have like Woody TikTok's, freaking bar downtown when he was popular in 1947 for banjo and this and that. It's like, hey, we don't even know who that is anymore. Why are we still going to the restaurant? No, you're gonna you're gonna update it. So, and she's right. One thing I do want to mention though, it is way dark in there, and that's one thing I didn't realize until it was nighttime. It was almost weird how during the day the bushes, it like creates this false like blanket between the walkway and that what she refers to as an underbelly, which is underneath. Like it's like a thick blanket, and then it's crazy because at nighttime that thick blanket turns to mesh, and all of a sudden you can see, even though that bush is still there, you can see through like mesh, and it kind of reveals a little bit back there, which is kind of weird. It's like a transition kind of thing. Another thing is I thought it was going to be a lot darker on that street, when it came to uh, under the bridge. So if there is camera footage, there's got to be camera footage. If he did fall, there's got to be camera footage of him.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking is like,
It's lit very good. So
yeah, if it is in fact working, they should have that exactly. You would think, right? And if
yeah,
if it's not surveilled by police in the area, there is a lot of buildings there that they have their own, right? So along that bank, I'm sure they have their own security footage. So I just question why that wasn't collected and so on.
yeah, it's I don't know. There's the main thing to me is what, and Silky brought her I'm sorry.
Jessica?
Yeah, brought up a great point, that they kind of word things a certain way, they put a cover over it, and it they really do hide it very well when it comes to how people don't even know. Like, it's crazy. You can, and it's literally just a couple blocks away. It's not crazy long. To go from that little, it's like a street of nothing but bars, and then down that street of bars, then there's alleys that have bars. It's almost like a sub street where they have bars going up and down, and it's 2, 3 blocks, 4 blocks away. Next thing you know, you are in a completely different area.
Yeah. And
Completely.
people are talking about fencing along the bank, and they do a lot of events down in Nashville, and they put up fences in like no time for any event. They can block it off. Like, this would take them a day, get a lot of people together, fence it all off that area, because you do have a lot of tourists frequenting, and now they got this attention put on them, and I think it's going to happen regardless, but this should have been done before. Thinking of, like, you do have drunk people walking the streets, and accidents do happen, and last thing we want is people falling down that steep hill there and fall into the river, because that, I'm sure, happens quite often, more than we know about, where people, like homeless people that we have no idea about, and the only reason we knew about the last one, because everybody was there, right, filming it. So that would be an easy task for them to actually do, is set up fencing around that area.
Yeah, because here, let me bring up some footage here, and I'll show you guys.
And I just want to warn everybody, I'm actually working, so I have to pop off here shortly.
Oh, thank you. Okay.
I'll join back later, and I just really wanted to say you guys did an amazing job.
Oh,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Thank you for
Thank you
doing
so
it,
much.
all of you. And even chat and the moderators were like, thumbs up for everybody.
Yeah,
So,
it's definitely a team effort, for sure,
yeah.
with all this. And thank you for hopping up
Thank you.
too
And I'll
hanging
talk to you
out.
guys later.
Yeah,
See ya.
thank you.
I'll be watching.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye.
Let me see here. I'm gonna edit. I gotta delete one of these layouts here. Let's delete this one. All right, give me 1 second. I just got to switch some things around. And then we're going to go through this footage here, or this video. Okay, so save as new layout. Switch it to the layout. There we go. Okay. So see how low these things are. That the cement pillars to my right literally come up to my kneecap. The pillars to the left, right past my kneecap, maybe a few inches past my kneecap. That's it. You can definitely right there. But the crazy thing is we did, you're right, it is not under control, Wade Bird. That's correct. Because when I'm talking to Silky, and I was like, yo, like, maybe they had some sort of program where they cleaned up all the garbage, and then they just got tired of it because it just kept. I even asked the LE lady a couple days ago, like, where's all this trash come from? She said, and it's crazy, like, there's shoes and pants and also, I mean, brand new stuff, comforters.
That I thought was like, why new stuff? Like, stuff that can still be used looked like it was thrown.
Yeah,
I didn't understand that.
Like, it was still folded and had the tags on it, and I'm sitting there going, but wait a minute, like, how does this make sense? Yes, a lot of backpacks also. Tons of backpacks. Tons. I don't know how much can You know what I even saw down there? You know one of those 127. What's up, Rachel? You know one of those when you're driving down the road and they got those big orange barrels. You might not know, but um anybody, they got those big orange barrels that are like almost as tall as a person. They even had one of them down there. I'm like, what the hell is this? What'd they do? Go walk up? It's almost like people are like just throwing their freaking garbage, or they're seeing something on the side of the street and they're like, oh, I want to throw this construction cone over the fucking edge, you know? Like, what the hell is going on?
Why? Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's crazy though. All the trash that's there. It just doesn't make sense. This is so I wanted to show you guys that I'm going to be going back down there tomorrow. We're going to go back down there tomorrow and kind of talk to some people and interview some people, sit down and talk with some people we've already talked to, and then we're going to get more footage for you. And I'm going to go down at the edge of this too, because you see that green fence straight in the back. There's that little part where it opens up, and see that tree. If you can see my cursor, there's this tree that's all the way to the left, the top left. That's where my drone, right in between that tree and the tree next to it, is where my drone crashed. And so I had to walk out on that ledge to go get my drone. And I'm wondering if maybe he did, if this is where, because the card was right below where those trees are at, you know, down on the bottom. I don't know. It didn't, this part in front of me that had all this dirt, you know, this part in front of me with the railing on the left, that was, I almost slipped on that. And over there with the trees, I was fine. I had trees to grab onto.
Yeah. Yeah.
So how would he have? Unless he, but we didn't see anything sliding off, like somebody fell.
How much rain went on between his disappearance and you guys getting there?
I don't know. You sent me an email. I don't know how much rain.
I don't know. I just feel like that card was thrown there. I don't know why. Yeah.
Wow. This is crazy. See, this is how much of a jerk this person is. This is how much of a jerk this person is. I haven't even said nothing about this person. And look at this. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is how much of a jerk this dude is. You know what I mean? I try and be a cool dude. I try. If he got mad at me because I told him he was misrepresenting the year of my footage. Sorry, bro. Then he takes shots at me about I'm a bumbling idiot and the community is a bunch of flat earthers. The community here is a bunch of flat earthers and he's Galileo. And now we got this. Like, what the hell is this shit? Dude, I'm sorry for your wife, because if this is how you treat people on YouTube, I would hate to see how you treat your wife. I'm just saying. Anyway, we're going to go back to this. This right here, I was a lot when it came to these leaves and stuff. Are you wondering how much it rained in between when he disappeared until we got there? Is because maybe you think the rain might have made it to where we wouldn't notice if somebody slipped down that edge. Is that
Yeah.
what you mean?
Yeah. I do think that would affect things quite a bit.
I feel it
And
would.
that would be for
Plus the wind.
trying to differentiate between a struggle with like scuff marks versus somebody slipping. I think there would be signs of both as well.
Right.
And I think the rain and time, I suppose.
Well, here's the thing. This is what I don't with with what Ellie said yesterday. We're going to be going down there tomorrow. With what Ellie said there yesterday about the difference between the fall off from where the trees are at to the difference of the fall off to where the leaves are at. Okay, the two different ledges. The difference in the fall off. Ellie doesn't feel, based off of being down there, and I'm going to take you down there so you guys get point of view visual. Okay. Based off of her point of view visual from down there, she says there's no way he fell off where these leaves are at. She and Jessica, if he did fall off, they were both talking about that grassy area. So I'm wondering, was he walking along there? He sees the gate's open. Hey, let me walk in here real quick so I can take a piss. Because what was the one thing that you have a problem trying to find around there? And we all know is a bathroom, right? So if there's cops driving up and down that road, you got to go to the bathroom. You might slip in that gate there. You might slip in there. And you might go into those bushes and go to take a, go to the bathroom. You go into the bathroom, you lose your balance. That's how you fall. Your credit card ends up where you would fall because you're falling. Your card comes out. Boom, you both fall. You maybe roll over there. And here, think about this. A homeless person, somebody's like, hey, yeah, he's all right. He's just drunk. They go to help him. The homeless person goes to help him. And the homeless person's like, oh, shit. This dude's dead. I don't want to be blamed for it.
It's possible. I mean, yeah. I mean,
go ahead.
I think that would be. I mean, I think that obviously makes more sense than falling in.
Well, we're gonna go down there tomorrow. I know it doesn't make sense, Rosie. It doesn't make sense to me. I would, because you know what I mean. It's like, okay, how is this still supposed to make sense? I get you. That's why I'm going back down there tomorrow. That's why I'm going to take you down there. You're going to get the visual, because if this is what Ellie's telling me, based off of being down there, telling me that she's like, there's no way. I'm going to take you guys down there. I'm meeting her there tomorrow. We're going to go down there, and I'm going to have her tell me from her point of view, with the first person point of view, her describing why she feels like he didn't fall down there. Because out of anybody that I talked to down there, okay, she was one of the main ones that was very, like, straight up, I don't think he's in the river. So I'm really interested to hear now, because she knows more. I'm really interested to hear now, okay, now that we know he was in the river, where do you think it took place? how do you think this even happened? And then I plan on going over to that grassy area too, because it's not that dangerous right there. If you got trees, you lose your
Yeah,
balance. You got a tree to grab. I mean, there's so many
exactly.
bushes and trees around there. You can grab onto anything in no time.
Yeah, I mean, I think that, look, I actually don't know about grabbing trees if you're in that state, but the trees can still catch you, you know. I mean, it's not a clear path down.
Oh, but dropped his debit card.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I can't wait to get back down there tomorrow. Because I still can't understand how this all went down right there. If this is where it went down, I can't understand it. The only thing that makes sense to me is if dude walked in there to go to the bathroom,
Mhm.
lost his balance, fell down. He already had a head injury. You're probably, you hit your head or your body the right way. You know what I mean? Who knows? Um, and then a homeless person, you don't. What are you gonna do? You're gonna call, hey, somebody fell right here and this, and then and they're okay. Well, how do they know? What are they? Is he afraid that, man? What if they're gonna accuse me of getting into an argument with him and getting mad or trying to do this or that? I don't know.
Yeah.
I want to talk to Jessica some more too.
Yeah. Jessica is really interesting.
I don't know. It just how else do you put him there? How else do you put him there? He's not walking here and falling over.
I
Be-
I don't. Yeah, I don't know how to say it. I don't want to be overly pessimistic, but maybe we shouldn't only assume that the card and him were always together.
yeah.
It's just, you know,
Why? What are you
yeah.
thinking? That he was kidnapped or something? Or
No, not necessarily. It's just that even if he dropped his card there and then carried on walking a while, he could have fallen in somewhere else. I don't think that the card is the final marker on the exact area where
Mhm.
he went in, because he could have really just dropped it and not even seen that he dropped it and then kept on walking. Um, we don't know how far and long. I mean, it's not a given that that card marks the place where this happened. You know.
Right. I mean, no, but hopefully it does. I don't know. That's all we got,
Yeah,
you
I
know.
know.
And it's like,
Yeah.
other than that, it's kind of like what I brought up. Oh, the press the presser started? No, it's only 12 Central. Right? It's not 1 Central. Is it 1 Eastern or 1 Central? Hold on.
Please don't ask me.
Cuz I was going to go to I was going to show you guys when we walked down to the Tempo, and then I was going to go to Jessica's I was going to go to Jessica's Jessica's interview. It's 2 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Central. Okay. I've Yeah, we're good. Yeah, we'll be playing it here as well. We'll be live in it. I'm gonna switch to this here. I'm gonna show you guys. This is when that first responder showed up, right? Hold on 1 second. And then there was a call last night, so we were on location last night. We're sitting there. We got done interviewing Jessica. I mean, literally got done interviewing her. And all of a sudden, I think I'm talking with Silky or something. And then this dude just pulls up and just runs up to the edge and looks over as he's putting his jacket on. And he was like, I was like, do you need us to move out of the way? He's like, maybe. We got a call. There was a boy that fell over the side, and I'm sitting there going, oh, hell no. Like, I'm looking at her. I'm like, we haven't heard nothing. We didn't even hear nothing. I told him that. And then he like kind of shook his head. And then all of a sudden there was a whole bunch of action down the road. And that's when a homeless man, I think he had injuries to his legs and wrist or something like that. I heard a 61-year-old homeless man fell down and ended up, I don't know if he was in the water. Was he in the water or was he not? I know he fell over down where they were at. But that was scary. And then the mom was just going crazy, you know.
It must be tough to see.
It is. No, she's not family. I don't know who Jessica. It's that she just wanted to go by Jessica, but I was sitting there. The stream had ended. Maybe a couple minutes before, and I'm sitting there talking to Silky, and then all of a sudden, Jessica comes up behind me. I mean, I had a lot of people coming up and talking to me and stuff. Jessica comes up behind me, and she was like, "What do you what exactly do you do?" And I was like, I do true crime content, and we discuss different cases and missing persons and stuff, and I'm just trying to be here to help or whatever." And then she was like, I mean, she was straight blunt to the point and had a powering presence, and she was like, "What do you think happened?" And I'm like, "Well, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean? Like, did he fall here, or was it nefarious activity? Like, what do you?" And she's like, "Yeah, with what took place with Riley." And I said, "I think he was an easy target." And she was like, "Okay." And then she started talking to me, and I was like, whoa, okay. And she was saying all this stuff, and I'm like, "Can you please just give me one moment?" I'm like, I'm right in between trying to get my life back going. I want to hear what you have to say. I want, because what she was saying, I was like, I think you need to share this because it needs to have attention put on it for real. And because when you're talking to people and you might not be recording, you already discussed something, and naturally in your mind when you're talking and discussing, since you already discussed it, you're not going to bring it up as much because you already discussed it in your mind, even though it wasn't on film. So that's what I'm like, hold on. And so this is where the first responder shows up. This is after we just got done interviewing Jessica, and I was kind of getting everything situated before we were at this point. We were trying to figure out like what we were going to do. Was I going to go down there and search? We were hearing a lot of stuff was going on at the dam, and I was like, well, let's wait and see. Let's see what happens. We're going to either go here or go here. And then all of a sudden this first responder just comes out of the blue, and all of a sudden all hell just broke loose. And so I'm going to play this little bit for you. Then I'm going to show you our walk afterwards. It was like 8:30, 9 o'clock when we got back, a little after 9, that walk through your tempo area. Because who knows? Maybe he did go that way. I don't know. But there's all sorts of footage going up and down that road, and they have a 24-hour sign up there. So, no, because if I'm out going bar hopping, I'm only carrying my ID. I'm only carrying my ID and my debit card.
I think I saw, was it AG who said the wallet was on him?
Yeah, I'm just saying. If it was or wasn't, I never That's just me. I never went bar hopping with my wallet. So it's not suspicious if there's no wallet. Because really,
Yeah.
if you're going to an area where they even tell you as you're walking down, frickin' in front of the bars, like even Jessica was saying too. You walk in front of those bars right there, you got to be safe because people are trying to pickpocket you already, and they're good at it. They're good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep, Ellie just shows up. Let me see here. So this is. Let me back up. That's Mind of Monsters. They met up with us yesterday. Shout out to them. And yeah, it's when all them people showed up. That's when the family they just gone. They took off. So this had a team down there where they were setting up, uh, getting ready to search for that person. Let me see here. That's different angles. You got my angle going down, and then or her angle going down, my angle switching on the side, and then we kind of split up a little bit. I kind of went down this way. News Nation was down there. There was another team further down. Then you can see right here is the boats, the sonar boats up there. Second, because I do like a full. Yeah, there's the sonar boats that were out there. And then this is when we start walking. So this is how dark it is. This was probably 8:30. And this is how dark it is under the bridge. Not that dark. Not as dark as I thought it would be.
I was surprised. Yeah.
Yeah. Not as dark as I thought it would be. Let me see. I think it's cutting off. Nope. Good. So this is us as we're walking the path that your phone takes you, because I was doing the Google walk as well. And it's the path that your phone takes you to get to your tempo. And then I'm just showing some more boats on that side. So let me see here.
So what is your tempo? Is it
It's a software company.
Okay.
It's not that dark. Look at that. I thought it would be a hell of a lot darker. Not to say, I mean, look to the right. See if you ever see the camera to the right, you'll see it's like mesh instead of like a thick blanket like it is during the day. They had helicopters flying around. Yeah. I never carried a wallet when I was bar hopping. Just because of that reason, I didn't want to get pickpocketed, and I knew I couldn't get pickpocketed if I put my ID in my wallet in a pocket. I knew they couldn't pickpocket.
I suppose the parents would know.
Well, this is
if the wallet.
This is what's interesting, AG, is the conversations I was having with the locals. It's a pay as you go. So I don't know if that's necessarily the locals that I was talking to said it's pay as you go. So I don't know about this tab stuff or where it's coming from.
So I'm sure his parents will know when they receive his belongings if the wallet was still like with his luggage in his room.
Oh, of course.
Caught out and left it there.
Of course they would. They're gonna get everything that was on them, and that's why I'm saying if there's not a wallet, I wouldn't be surprised. It's like this, but who knows? There's a lot of trash down there too. A lot of trash, but who knows? Something will come up. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
think about it. My wallet probably has like, I don't know how many business. There's like different things. There's like different things. Uh, I don't know. Like there'd be like what he would have to have different IDs. He would have to have uh different cards. Maybe he has a credit card. Maybe he's got a student card. Maybe
Student
he's got the library card. Maybe he's got all these different cards. There's going to be something that would turn up eventually. But when
Yeah.
it comes to like not having a wallet, dude, I wouldn't be carrying even if I knew that there was a pickpocket area, or if I didn't know, still wouldn't be carrying my wallet bar hopping. I'm just all you need is your ID and your bank card. That's it.
Yeah. Especially if you're buying drinks and then you keep buying drinks. It's kind of irritating to keep putting it in the wallet and then taking it out and it's
Mm-hmm.
accessible. So
Oh, 1 second here. Contribution call out. Sorry about that. Let me see here. V Slims gifted a membership. Thank you for the gifted membership. I appreciate that, V Slims. And another one. This one's from 49er Girl with the $2 super chat. Prayers for Riley's family. Thank you very much. I appreciate the contributions. Right now we are walking to your tempo. So this is around 8:45. We're walking to your tempo. It's not as dark as I thought it would be. It's crazy. That whole area.
it's so lonely.
And just wait till we get to there's a statement from Luke's 32 bridge. All right. We'll show that in a second. Thank you, Katrina. Appreciate that. Let me see. I can't believe Get a Clue, man. What the fuck? Like, really? That's so
Frankly, yeah.
disrespectful to the family. You know what I mean? Like, I want to just say this real quick. How disrespectful is this to the family when you're asking your community who you think murdered Riley Strain, and you have Evil CJ as a selection? Like,
Also,
what the fuck? It just,
I mean,
what, like, are you, how is that? Oh, look, Kelly Miller, I'm a choice on who murdered Riley.
and
Like,
we
what
don't
is this?
know
What is
that he was
this?
murdered. Yeah, no,
Right?
it's
We don't know that he was murdered, and then you're asking who do you think
making a joke of it.
murdered,
Yeah.
and you add me as a vote. What, like, and what have we said about this dude?
It's just because you put in effort.
What have we said about this dude? And what if his mom sees this? You know what I mean?
Mm.
Are you trying to deframe? Are you trying to? What are you trying to do, man? It's like defamation and shit. You're trying to ruin my name. It's like defamation.
Well, yeah.
I'm there to help a case, and you're putting me up as a vote on who murdered him. I wasn't even there, Mr. Car Expert. I wasn't even there. I was in South Carolina. Oh, trust me.
Hey, G. Sorry.
It's just ridiculous.
No, it's unacceptable.
Karma sucks, bro. Just wait. Karma sucks. Just wait. Oh, it's all good. I already know what I'm going to do. All right. So this is us walking down to your tempo. So off to the right. Let me pause it real quick. See that blue flashing light? I'm on the left side. Silky's on the right. There's like a blue flashing light back there. Now, if you go... here, let me zoom... Go full screen on this. 1 second. So... You see that there's a blue flashing light on the screen on the left, right? And then you see those yellow pillars. Okay? To the right of those yellow pillars, that's the area that I'm going to go back to when we come back from it. And that is there's something about that area that just seems super sketch too when we walk back there in the daytime earlier in the show. But that's an area I want to just kind of give you guys a screenshot in your mind because we'll refer to it later. Okay, so this is the path that you're going to walk because you can see on Silky's camera, you can see to the left there's construction, there's no sidewalk, there's nothing, you got to go on the right side if you're going to go up that road. And so and I have my Google Maps out, and I'm using the walk directions, and I'm following exactly how the Google walk directions is showing me. All right, so you see all that construction to the left. Now, think about this. It's 9:30 at night. This is roughly around the same time. It's 9:30 at night. You're by yourself. You're intoxicated. You're in a sketchy crime area, and one of them's going to be like, yo, that's an easy target. Look at that dude. He's walking, he's stumbling.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like defamation. Like he's trying to ruin my name and my character when it comes to what I do for these communities and families when I'm out there. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm going out there to help, and this dude's making it seem like I don't know. All because I told him that he was referring to my footage as being from 2022 for the University of Idaho crime scene, and I said, no, bro, it's 2023. Sorry. And that's what got him upset to do all this shit. I'm sorry. I don't need somebody going to his interpretation of using my video, misrepresenting the year, and then somebody blaming that shit on me because he didn't do his homework. So now when we come up here, we're going to end up turning right. There's road construction all over here. So now, and here, what I'll do is I'll go ahead and pause it for you real quick, and I'll show you where we are on the location. We do have that press conference coming up in about 15 minutes, so just hold tight for that. Let me see here. James Patterson Parkway. Or James... Oh, gosh, what was it called? James Patterson... Oh, brain fart. That bridge. Oh, the brain fart. Bridge. What's the bridge name? I'll just type in Nashville. Hold on. Hey, I only had 4 hours of sleep last night,
We
Rosie.
know. We know.
I'm like on 12 hours of sleep in 3 days, if with all that driving. All right, let me see here.
With that in mind, you're doing much better than most.
Yeah. You gotta give me some credit. Throw me a freaking bone. All right. Cumberland. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. It's right here. Okay. So let me go satellite. All right. So we are. Okay. So here's where we were at. We're walking down. See how we curve around. There's this abandoned building right here. Up here is that blue light. Whoa. What the hell? Yeah. I didn't know there was a road there. There's a road there? Okay, sorry. I got confused. So we're walking down this way, and we are at this intersection right here. This is an old picture. We're at this intersection right here. Okay, so as I zoom back, it's right down in this area. So when I drop us down here, see, this is where we're at, right here at this intersection. This is what used to be there. That is all gone. It's all under construction now. But we're right here. And then this is where we're heading down. This thing was like some weird looking 24-hour business. I don't know. But as you keep going down here, you can see it's wide open. There's plenty of hiding spots that you can creep out, plenty of hiding spots you could creep. Look at this. It's run down. You keep going. We go across the railroad tracks and we keep going further down. And this is at night, what it looks like, just to give you a visual idea of where we're walking here. So we're about to walk up to the railroad tracks.
It's really unrecognizable at night. You wouldn't guess it's the same place.
Yeah, and when you see all those, the spots behind the fences, the wide open parking lots where somebody could literally be sitting in their car or hiding, all these rundown buildings, there's just so many spots that are. Thank you. I thought it. Why I don't know why I thought Patterson. Yeah. Hey, at least. Here, let me see if
You don't need to Uber because you're only really a couple blocks away.
Oh, we're just talking about. Why she asked, why wouldn't you just call an Uber? And I'm like, well, you probably wouldn't call an Uber if you're really thinking that you're only a couple blocks away from the hotel. So as you walk a couple blocks away, that's when you're like, okay, maybe I'm lost. Maybe I should get a hold of somebody. Maybe I should.
Yeah, nobody plans on getting lost. So.
Right. Hey, I put in the directions and I can't, and
yeah.
174. Thank you, Cherry. Appreciate that. And it is the freeway. So we're gonna keep going. It's a walk too, like to go from Patterson, the author. To go from Luke Bryan's, and that's another thing that I'm gonna do for you guys tomorrow when we go back down. When I go to Luke Bryan's, and then we're gonna go from Luke Bryan's. I'm gonna show you on my phone the Google thing, the walk. We're gonna walk the whole thing, and I'm gonna show you. Like, that's a long walk, man, because it's a long walk from the bridge.
Yeah.
A long walk. It's a long walk from these railroad tracks. Look at how dark it is, right? If there's no business there, and think about it, there's a lot of businesses that are run down too that don't have the lighting. That's why it's so dark.
And that's shelter for people, you know, to like live
Right, to hide. Like
indoors.
right there. Look at that. They could have hit around the left of that right there and come running out too.
Yeah.
Kay Miller brings up a good point. He hit his head. Maybe he was disoriented too. You know, you
Yeah.
just see tempo. It was the top one that came up. Who knows why? You're using, you know, maybe because it's a software company. I don't know. Helicopters were flying above searching. There's the Google walk path. I show it a little bit right there. But yeah, he was disoriented too. He's not going to be with it. He's just going to see it. Maybe it was the first thing that popped up, or when he's trying to click on it. You know, sometimes when you click on something on your phone, sometimes when I'm typing in all those hearts, you know, for chat, and all of a sudden my finger kind of goes down just a little bit. Next thing you know, it takes it back to the text. It could be something like that. You think you're clicking on you know, your hotel, and you accidentally click on that because you're disoriented.
You
You
don't even
know,
have to be disorientated. I mean, I've made that mistake.
yeah.
Click the wrong thing.
Here, let me put us back on here so we don't have to be off the whole time. They don't have to see this part of it. Can you do a potential walk using Google to your yeah, that's what I'm saying, and see how it guides. Yeah, well, Silky's gonna be there tomorrow. She's gonna be meeting me there again, so maybe what we can do is we can have Silky. Ooh, that's a great idea. Great idea, Kay Miller. We can have Silky film the Google Maps walk as we're walking, so you can see the phone as we're walking, and you can see the view. That's a good idea, Kay Miller.
Yeah.
Very good idea. And we're still walking down. Well, that's the toxicology and the autopsy is going to be two different things. It's going to, number one, tell us if there was water in the lungs or not, and also if there was chemicals that have roofie substance, you know, that are associated with roofies. Two things that the autopsy should say. I don't know about that, Joe. Why would they need to do that? I don't see them doing that. And so right back there in the middle is that software company right there in that parking lot. About 10 more minutes until we have that press conference coming up. What channel is that press conference supposed to be on? Does anybody have a link for it, or is there a certain news station that's having it? Let me know. And I'm ready to go back already, but I'm going to wait until tomorrow. What I'll probably do is, since I'm staying home tonight, I'm going to get some extra sleep tonight, and I might just get up at 5 in the morning and head up there and just plan on being there for like a good 8 hours or something.
Yeah.
I might do that. Just get up early as shit and be there early as shit. What's the weather supposed to be like tomorrow there? Does anybody know? No, that sounds like a wild plan. What? Yeah, we already showed all the surveillance, Nina. Each video we went through and explored different things. So if you missed it, I know they're long, but listen, sometimes there's days I'm not on, and all you have to do is skim through a thumbnail and go to whatever point of interest you're curious about. Because each time we go through different things, and I'm sure we'll be going through different things when we go down there tomorrow too, because we're going to be going through. Look at that train track is that far away as well. Still, as we've been walking back, it's dark.
I'd like to know what Jessica says about this area. If anything happens there.
Yeah. We should listen to that here. Well, you know what? We'll listen to that after the news conference, because that's coming up here in a couple minutes. Let's see. What else did I want to show? There's that. Let me see here. Let me go back to this one. Let's go back to this one here. Okay. There's some different. I know we went through. Let me see. We walked around. Oh, I wanted to show you guys the footage that we did when we went by that part for Luke Bryan. Which episode was it? Was it? Let's see, 24. Was it this one? I thought we. Yeah, we walked down this way. Okay, so this is us walking around. We get back down. I'm going to take you to the spot where he ran into that pole. All right? Let's see here. And I'm going to show you the footage of... Oh, this was crazy. They have these on their sidewalks to prevent homeless from sleeping on them.
We have those here.
You got those at your place too? Stairs with spikes?
So when the businesses are empty and they haven't been rent out, otherwise people kind of move in there, you know. Yeah.
Oh, it's raining till tomorrow afternoon? It's raining through tomorrow afternoon? Yeah. That's right, FOMO. That's a good comment right there. I'm glad they found him for his parents' sanity. Not finding him at all would be devastating. Exactly. Exactly. Oh, I got okay, Kelly. I was like, oh no, it's probably why is it gonna be storming back? Yeah, but that's stakes in the stairs. It's crazy. All right, this is. We're going to show different angles here. Okay. So we'll just do this. Okay. So this is where he would have fell down here. I think I'm waiting for Silky to get. Let's see right there. So I'm basically going to give you the view. So I'm on top. I'm the top view and she's the bottom. Now she's going to give you the view from what the surveillance camera, not the exact because the surveillance was higher up, but she's at the view, the angle for the surveillance. Give me 1 second. Let me flip this around. Okay. And then I'm going to play this.
This is the direction that he was running. Okay. And as he's running this way, 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 and this is where he ends up falling. And then that is what he ends up falling into. So I'm going to zoom back into the other layout. I'm going to give you guys an angled view of the pavement here, so you guys can see that there is not anything on this pavement that would make somebody trip.
Mm-mm.
There's
Nothing.
no, you would be able to see divots or anything because of shadows. There is nothing on this pavement that would have made somebody trip and fall into that. This is where he was walking, okay? And we're going to be coming up to the footage of where the body cam caught him. And this is the direction he got up and was stumbling down this road or this sidewalk, okay? And he would have been walking in this direction.
So, and when I went there and did footage before, like I said, is the presser live? I don't. Is the presser? Oh, it is. Let's see here.
And here, I guess the big question is, how did this man get into this state? Because at this point, you heard the chief there saying no signs of foul play. Obviously, we're going to get a medical examiner to do an autopsy. But Marie, to your reaction, what question do you want answered?
How did he fall into the river?
Right.
And my research says that the bar owner or someone at the bar said he had maybe 1 or 2 drinks in water. So how intoxicated was he? And the police chief was clear to say there are no signs of foul play at this time. But no autopsy has been done, no toxicology. I'm still curious about how did a 22-year-old fall into a river? I think more needs to be investigated, and I'm happy that the family, at least they have his remains, but I'm sure the family is not at rest right now because I'm still like, wow, he just fell in a river?
Krista, what stands out?
Yeah, a couple of things. One, I agree with Marie. Absolutely, I think it's way too premature to say no foul play. There are no signs of foul play, I guess, on his body, but the intoxication level is troubling. He's there on a fraternity trip. And I will tell you, with having a lot of experience representing like cases with fraternity hazing and what these young men can do to one another, I am very curious as to what was in his system. Was it just alcohol? You know, I think that Matt may have just mentioned about him potentially, was he happened to him? I want to know that there are no foul play, that there is no negligence. So I think that we have a lot to learn still.
And Matt, the roofie scenario.
It happens, and it happens to young men.
Yeah, and women, and it happens. This kind of fits that. We don't know, but that would check these boxes of why he was so disoriented.
And, you know, that might be revealed if that's the case, if there was something sinister or something criminal going on, released in that video from the bar. We may be able to see that, or we may be able to rule that out. But it could have also happened before he got at that bar. So will we ever have the full timeline? I want to hear from the friends that were with him is who I want to hear from as this investigation goes on. But in terms of them saying right away that there is no signs of foul play, I think it's just because it appears that there is no robbery that happened because he had his watch and his belongings on him, but also, and his credit card.
A body from the river that they say belongs to Riley Strain, the missing college student from.
We'll get back to that other court TV stuff in a second. Let me know if it's live. I haven't seen it.
Site where crews entered the water after making the discovery. The body was found underneath a barge. Brendan, a lot of activity there. We just saw the medical examiner leave that scene as well. What else are you learning?
Amanda, yeah, we saw a medical examiner transport vehicle heading out of the scene here, escorted by Metro Police. Presumably, that was where the body of Riley Strain was. That was the only medical examiner car we saw leave the scene out here. In addition to that, there's been Metro Police boats and a large, heavy police presence out here at what's an oil refinery. It appears to be an oil storage facility out here along the banks of the Cumberland River. Metro Police say that Riley's body was found about 8 miles from downtown. downtown, and there is no foul play suspected as they are still out here on scene. I want to give you a bit of a closer look at what exactly we are seeing out here right now as Metro Police on scene. Still have a couple of vehicles out here at the gate. There was a time earlier they had 4 or 5 vehicles blocking the gate out here. The heavier police presence is back towards the water where there are still a number of Metro Police vehicles. We've seen the crime scene unit. We've seen unmarked cars all coming out here today, this morning. Metro Police on scene throughout the past couple of hour, 45 minutes or so have shifted their focus from where they were a little bit downriver out here. It appears that there wasn't access to the boat to get on the water down there where the body was actually found before Metro Police came out here. We are awaiting a briefing from Metro Police. We're told it will happen out here on the scene to get more information about exactly how this body was found. Metro Police, exactly how they were able to identify it as Riley Strain today. Of course, Amanda, marks 14 days since the 22-year-old University of Missouri student went missing after being kicked out of a Broadway bar. So much of that focus had centered in downtown Nashville, where Riley was last seen, went missing. And of course, over the past couple of days, they shifted all the way downriver to the Cheatham County Dam, Cheatham County line, searching the river there. That's where I was yesterday. So we're going to continue focusing on exactly what's happening out here throughout the day, as it does appear Metro Police are clearing the scene somewhat out here. We're awaiting an official briefing from officers.
All right, if you can stand by for us, Brendan, because we have a few more questions for you, but we want to give folks some perspective if we can.
And if anybody has a link, I haven't seen the live of it so far. Do me a favor. Drop it in the community chat if you come across it, because I haven't seen it live. I'm going to let this play until, but I'm going to keep looking in the background, though, just to see.
Originally this morning, crews and a flurry of crews responded to 61st Avenue North in the Nations area of Nashville. This is video from that scene, and this is where they first responded after getting reports of a body in the water. This is where they say that they realized that a body was trapped underneath a barge. And then a few minutes later, everybody left this particular area and went about 3 miles away to where we just saw Brendan, onto Ed Temple Boulevard, which is right by TSU. And that's where they said, okay, you know what? This is where we're going to be able to get into the water. It was too steep at the other location. Let's try this other area. And we're able to see that they were able to make it right into the water there to perform that recovery effort. And it did not take long for them to confirm that the body that they found in the river does indeed belong to Riley Strain. It is important to note, they say there does not appear to be any obvious signs of trauma from foul play, but that an autopsy is going to happen so that they can better determine what happened here. We knew that this location where they were searching is not far, of course, from where the focus of the search for Riley Strain has been unfolding for 2 weeks now today. Brendan Tierney,
There's a vote up, a poll. Do me a favor, please vote. Do you want me to go to the Vigil tonight? If so, I'll need to head out in a couple hours. Let me know. I want to see what you guys, do you guys want me to go there for you and go live, or do you guys want to just hang back tonight and we'll go tomorrow? Let me know.
let's talk a little bit more about exactly what you've
I'll be going
seeing
tomorrow
from
anyway.
that scene. It really didn't take much time from the time authorities got to this second location for us to see that medical examiner truck leaving the scene and other officers following and leaving.
Yeah, Amanda, when we saw that medical examiner transport truck come by, it drove right past me. It had a Metro government vehicle in front of that, followed by a Metro police car. Of course, they were escorting that medical transport vehicle away from the scene here. And a short time later, there was another just flood of...
Here, I'll pause it real quick and I'll show you. Thank you, Christina, for this. Nashville, Tennessee. A candlelight vigil is being planned in Nashville Friday night at 7:30 p.m. And the community plans to gather under the bridge off Gay Street at 7:30. So please, I put a poll up. Let me know. We're going to be going there tomorrow. We're going to be spending 8 hours there tomorrow. Let me know if you guys want me to go down there to live stream that too. If we do, I should probably leave in about two hours. So let me know. We can hang out for another 2 hours on the show, and then I literally have everything packed because I was already driving down there this morning. Let me know. Please make a vote, and then after a couple hours, we'll see where the vote is, and then we'll see if we're going. I'm still not seeing a live feed. If anybody does come across it, please drop it in community chat, and I'm going to keep trying to check myself. I am not seeing anything still.
Police cars coming out from the gate behind us, followed by a trailer. It had 2 boats on it that were down at the water. They made their way out of the scene here as well just a short time ago.
And we know that in about 2 minutes here, Metro Police are prepared to begin walking us through this investigation and their response to both of these different scenes. So we anticipate that Don Aaron here in a moment, or another member of the Metro Police Department, will be sharing updates on how the report came in, how the discovery was made, and what's coming next. Of course, we know the autopsy is going to be the very next thing, but the initial indication is no signs of foul play or no observations of trauma related to foul play.
Yeah, we got these notifications probably about 2 hours ago now, and we've had a crew out there on those scenes following this very closely. It's been 2 weeks since Riley Strain went missing in downtown Nashville, and really a timeline that we've seen those progressive videos that have been released over the past few days of just showing a bit of a glimpse of what has led up to what we found out.
So 9:45, right about now, any minute now, we're expecting Metro Nashville Police to give us an update on what's happening now and what happens next. It doesn't sound like their investigation includes anything regarding foul play, but of course they're waiting on an autopsy to confirm all of that information. Downtown Nashville, and specifically the water, has been the focal point of their search and their investigation. And we know it's because that's where his phone last pinged from, 9:53, 2 weeks ago Friday, after he had been kicked out of a bar, after he had been shown on camera stumbling through parts of downtown Nashville, and even having what seemed to be a very brief yet normal interaction with the Metro Police officer.
Yes, he said hello. He said hello back, and they both went about their business. Again, the story that we've been following very closely, video there of just...
Star, there is no press conference so far. I'm not sure. And anybody, yeah, just go ahead and drop it when you see it, and we'll go right to it.
Showing Riley downtown that night that he went missing 2 weeks ago.
Let me see here.
And throughout this series of...
And everybody, I don't know. Please vote, but I'm really thinking that we're gonna end up going.
Videos we've been showcasing you.
Please vote though.
Throughout the last few weeks, you see that timeline of what led up.
I'm sorry to hear that, Regina.
More details here, hopefully in the next few minutes from Metro Nashville Police as they're working at that investigation.
We saw a swift response so far this morning. So from the time that the report came in to crews showing up at that original location in the Nations at 61st Avenue North to begin responding to that report of a body in the water, to the point that they made their way to the second location to actually be able to get into the water to reach the barge where the body was found. I mean, all of that happened fairly quickly this morning. So I think it's safe to say a pretty swift response as authorities made their way down to the river. The initial obstacle, it sounds like, was that at that first location, it was just too steep of an embankment to be able to get into the water from the Nations. And that's why they had to circle back to the TSU area at Temple Boulevard to try to find a launch point for their boat so that they could
let me
get into
see
the water
here.
and begin the recovery process.
Well, even last night they were doing some searching, some nighttime searching for him, and they visited the Cheatham County Dam just the day before that. And again, people coming from out of state to find this young man. A lot of people have been looking for him. I think we just got an update that our Jordan James is live now from one of those scenes that police have been searching. Jordan, what have you learned?
Let's see here.
Good morning, Alexandra. Right now we're standing by trying to get an update.
All right, here we go.
City that a college student was able to walk out of the bar and ended up dead in the river?
Absolutely. And it's something where I would say we share the goal with the Convention and Visitors Corporation of constantly investing in the safety of the city, and particularly the entertainment district, because we want not just residents to be safe in their neighborhoods, whether or not they ever go to a honky tonk, but we also want visitors of the city to be safe. And I could certainly imagine there being barriers that made it harder to get from the sidewalk into the the areas of growth that are right there along the riverbank.
Uh-oh. Oh, this was just a clip from the mayor. Hold on. I thought this was a press
Do you
conference.
worry at all about what image this sends out to people about the city that a college student was able to walk out of the bar and ended up dead in the river?
Absolutely. And it's something where I would say we share the goal with the Convention and Visitors Corporation of constantly investing in the safety of the city, and particularly the entertainment district, because we want not just residents to be safe in their neighborhoods, whether or not they ever go to a honky tonk, but we also want visitors of the city to be safe. And I could certainly imagine there being barriers that made it harder to get from the sidewalk into the areas of growth that are right there along the riverbank.
So he's basically saying, he admits that there probably should be better barriers to prevent people. It makes me wonder, is there footage of him going in that direction? I don't know.
Maybe they just want to,
Maybe that's
be seen to be doing something. I don't know.
I wonder if that's why maybe they reached out to the homeless people to see if they could help looking around the riverbanks.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I'm not seeing the press conference. I don't know why people are putting in chat that the press conference is live, because I'm not seeing it. So, I'm not seeing it. Not seeing it. Let me see here. So let's switch back to. We'll go back to this here. Actually, that's hard to hear. I'm going to go to this Court TV episode because that was pretty interesting what we were listening to. Hold on. We'll listen to this, and I'm going to keep looking to see when this press conference drops. Right here. Here we go. We'll check this out real quick.
That this young man's body has been recovered from the river. This is approximately 8 miles from the downtown area, so about 8 miles from where he was last spotted on the riverbank. He's been recovered in the western portion of Nashville this morning. His family are getting ready to speak to the public, presumably to thank them for all of the support and the love that's been sent out to them as they've been hoping and praying for Riley's safe return. Oh, this was the news that we thought we might be reporting. And now here we are. It is confirmed that the body that was just recovered is that of Riley Strain. Oh, I can't imagine being his family getting this news. This is going to be an awful lot for them to process. Krista, when we think about how this family has been holding out hope, they've been telling the public that their hope for their son's safe return has been really and truly unwavering. But yet we know these are smart people, and the reality was that this very well could have been an accidental drowning. And from the outset, that was something that was strongly suspected, was it not?
It was, and considering how much he was overserved that evening, potentially, as well. I think that if I'm Riley's mother, I want some answers. I want to get a better picture of his entire evening and what happened, and really get a sense of how we ended up in the Cumberland River. Drowned so young and full of promise, University of Missouri student. This is just so heartbreaking to me. As my kids just recently went through college, so I can put myself right there. And I think I would want to know. I want to know everything right now. I want to know what happened to him, what his last moments were like. Was there any foul play, or was this a pure accidental drowning? And did these bars that overserved him play any role? Was he drugged in any way? There's a lot of questions I have.
Yes, all great questions, Krista. You're right. And now that Riley Strain's body has been recovered, it can be taken for.
Okay, so the press conference was canceled. I haven't been able to find it. I don't know why people are coming in saying it's live on other channels. maybe they're just trying to, I don't know. Go to the Vigil, stay overnight, then head to the search. Well, I'm going to be doing stuff tomorrow. I already have stuff set up, meetings and stuff set up for tomorrow for this stuff. But someone said move later today. It's canceled for now. Okay. Well, why don't we do this then? Since it's canceled, let's just go to where Jessica came on, and we'll sit there and listen to Jessica's interview again. Give me 1 second here. People are saying if I go, I should stay overnight, which maybe I should.
I think it's difficult to answer that because like we don't know if you're up to it or everybody's saying you should rest, but only you know. So it's tough.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm okay. I planned on being there tomorrow, but the Vigil though too, I really should.
It's gonna be so sad.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm almost like maybe I'll just go down there for the Vigil, hang out for a little bit, go to a couple spots, and then head back, and then come back and just get back tomorrow. We try. We try. Let me see here. All right, so I'm just going to let this play, and then it'll start picking up in a second because it was just taking a second for it to go. You can go, but you have to stay. I probably should, I probably should go. It's going to be raining. That's okay. I have umbrella in my gear bag. That's what a gear bag's for. All right, so let me see here. So it should start here in a second. I'm just kind of moving it around a little bit. Trying to get it set up. I'm probably going to go. Let me see what the vote is. What are we looking at? Let's see. See what the vote says. 76 to 24. 77-23. Keep voting. Keep voting. Let me know if you really want me to go or not. I wouldn't want to do a press conference. Yeah, especially, right, Samantha, especially right now, They're just like accepting what just took place. Yeah, we already went through that one. We were actually on the road when it took place. No, I just wanted to know if people wanted me to go on the vote. Not about if I should stay, because that's up to me if I'm going to stay. But I wanted to know if people wanted me to go. That was the main question. Take your I drank my orange juice with my Hardee's this morning. It was good too. Trying to eat that before I
Chris Salisbury, and
So she's talking about a couple investigators. So when you guys are referring to Lana, Jessica, she's referring to some investigators and such. And I kind of know in the background, I already kind of knew uh, with talking with different people about certain things. And so that's why I'm asking her some of these questions, because I kind of know what she's talking about, but I don't know the depths of it. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm kind of like asking her certain questions about it. And she's very upfront and honest about it. So here we go.
So
They have of someone wearing Riley's shirt, and
okay,
I just don't believe that Riley would have taken his shirt off that night. I don't believe that the story that the is being told as to how the shirt was acquired makes any sense to me.
right, it doesn't to us either.
It just doesn't add up.
It seems like they're trying to get, and I apologize, it was a little delayed there. This is Jessica. She's one of the residents here. She had came up and asked me what I thought about Riley's disappearance, and I told her I felt like he wasn't in the water, and she agreed. And you feel pretty strongly about it. And those two people that you mentioned, what's their names again?
Sabrina Martin, and
Sabrina Martin.
she goes into the homeless camps
Okay.
and feeds them. And
So does she actually go into
Old Tent City?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And the Chris Salisbury, who also goes into Old Tent City and
Okay.
works with the homeless there.
Are those is the
they're
lady?
not created. They're not connected.
They're not connected. Is that lady? Does she wear like a yellowish hat?
I don't know if she wears a yellowish hat. She has blonde hair.
Okay. And the guy, does he wear like a tie and like?
No, I don't think he goes in there wearing a tie or anything. I think he just is involved in. He's from what I understand, a recovering addict that now works to help the homeless and get them into treatment.
Okay. And so when we had heard that there was some kind of sketchy background earlier when it comes to one of the leaders of the whole shebang. Now,
are you talking about the criminal, the Metro police officers that are investigating the case?
Yes.
It's funny you mentioned that. The police department has been one of the reasons I think that so many people from Nashville have been coming out and searching. I mean, because people go missing. Oh, there's missing people a lot.
Right.
And I think that one of the reasons you're seeing people that are willing to literally traverse down embankments and go into places that normally nobody would really want to go.
Uh-huh.
I've seen people literally climbing down this wall with ropes, and it's just it's because we are seeing the lack of police response. It is this. I don't want to use the term investigation because that seems too generous.
Okay.
As to what's going on in terms of the police effort. Chris Salisbury, I was watching an interview that he did with Ashley Banfield, and he said that after he left Old Tent City, trying to get some information about Riley's shirt being seen in Old Tent City, there happened to be some police officers that were right outside, and he had gotten, when he was in Old Tent City, he had gotten that on video, and he showed that to the officers. Then another officer showed up as well, and while he was talking or showing the video, talking to the officers, one of the people that lived in Old Tent City had contacted him, that had told him about seeing a homeless person there, and named Ross, wearing the shirt, contacted him via phone. and he put it on speakerphone for the cops that he was with so that they could hear the phone call. It's just very suspicious to me that they're wanting to label this a missing persons investigation and not wanting to have anything associated with calling it criminal activity.
Right.
But yet,
No foul play, right?
No foul play.
Right.
Well, I've been here for 6 years.
Okay.
And when I've called police with emergencies, I remember how long it's taken them to get there.
Yeah.
And the police excuse is always, we're short staffed, we're spread thin, we're, we're understaffed. So it begs the question, when you have the opportunity to bring in another outside eyes, outside investigators, like the TBI, for example.
Right, yes.
And they're at your disposal. They just have to be invited in by you.
Yeah.
Why are you not wanting to invite them in? That is what stands out to me. Like the other day I saw where they had a press conference when the Cajun Navy was called in. And they were talking about how, they're going through all these leads and all the leads they have to go through. Well, it seems to me like if they have all these leads that they're having to go through and there's just such a overwhelming amount, then why not have some extra help? Why would you want extra investigators helping you go through those leads? People like the TBI who are trained in order to discern what's kind of credible and what maybe isn't as credible.
And have good resources.
But then I've also heard they said at the press conference that the TBI has the same often uses their resources.
Really?
But
I heard them say they have the similar resources. I didn't know that they actually.
I don't know that that's true because I don't that what they said is true because I believe that a lot of things that were said at that were said by police at that news conference, I didn't find very trustworthy based on my interactions with them.
Okay. It did catch us off guard because that's one of the main things that was odd to us when we first found out about this case was the fact that they had to call so many times in order to get somebody to come out there, and all of us are going, why would the police station be closed? It didn't make any sense to us. So they've also given you that excuse when you called them. Can I ask, and it's okay if you don't want to answer, what was the call for? Was it like a disturbance?
It was very pertinent information pertaining to the case.
Really?
Yeah.
To this one?
To this case, yes. And I got no response. Sabrina Martin got no response when she called in. She called in, left a tip. She called in Crime Stoppers, and Crime Stoppers didn't even seem to be aware of what case. I heard her say that Crime Stoppers didn't even seem to be aware of what case she was talking about when she called in to give the tip.
Because we have heard that they haven't been taking tips, right?
I don't know. I haven't tried calling Crime Stoppers. I know I also tried calling the non-emergency number that is on the flyer that I guess Metro had given out. That's also stands out as really odd to me because in a missing persons investigation where I'm from, like where I'm from, is just there's a lot of crime, and I know that in missing person investigations, the most critical time frame is the first 48 hours.
Right. Yep. Yes.
And so to give out the non-emergency number, I would think that a missing person would be an emergency call that would need to be made.
Right.
But I've also called the number for the cold case unit, who is working alongside homicide in this investigation I mean, no, let me backtrack. I don't want to say investigation again because that's too generous. Let's just say who's working alongside homicide in holding press conferences to announce that they have no new updates.
That was another odd thing too. The cold case.
Yeah, I thought
department.
that was odd. That stood out to me that they would have cold case
Right, so
working
quick.
with homicide if they didn't believe that a homicide was committed or
Right.
a crime was committed
And no foul play.
and no foul play. Maybe the city of Nashville's government is pretty corrupt. I mean, you've got Glenn Funk, who not that long ago just had his offices raided by the TBI for
Whoa.
wiretapping, and
Glenn Funk.
the district attorney.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah, he's very.
All right. That's one thing I want all of us to check out. And like I said, I'm trying to set up I'm probably going to be meeting Jessica at the Vigil. I'm trying to set something up with her right now as we're watching this. The district attorney, his offices just got raided by the TBI. So that's one thing that I would like to check into more regarding what she says. There's a lot of this stuff that she's saying that is very important. And so if you're able to take some notes, please do. And then I'm going to see if we can kind of talk for a little bit after the vigil if she's got some time. Because there's more questions. And plus, she's saying something's not adding up. I'm saying, yeah, I know that's exactly how I feel. There's more to it. There's something more to this. And so I'm glad that Jessica and I are on the same page. So I'm pretty much gonna end up going up there, and I'm gonna try and meet Jessica. So yeah, you got notes from yesterday. Good. I'm gonna try and have let's see, the vigil's at 7:30. I'm gonna try and have it to where I can have my YouTube chat up at the same time. Yeah, the autopsy is going to be interesting. The autopsy and the toxicology. So that's one of them right there. The DA, his offices just got raided from TBI.
Very corrupt. I'm not going to pull any punches. He's corrupt.
So what would be what do you think would be the motivation? What do you think would be the motivation for them not searching? I mean,
that's what I can't understand. I think that one, we had the SEC tournament that weekend coming up.
Oh, that's bad press.
Yeah, it is. So you have, and then you have just government corruption at its finest. And honestly, I feel like there may be some corruption of the two entities working together to cover for one another. I don't know why they're doing that, but I'm going to be finding out. I'm going to be digging till I get answers for Riley's family,
right,
and for the citizens of Nashville.
It makes me wonder when you said the SEC was here, and I know this is a huge town. I mean, the Titans, all that. And if they don't want to implicate the homeless, is it because they don't want people to realize that Nashville has a real problem and what the crime rate might be in this area?
We didn't even notice it was like this. I've never seen anything like this in my life.
Well, I've never seen anything like this in my life for an investigation or a criminal, like a missing persons case or whatever the police want to label it as. I've never seen anything like it.
Ooh, hold on one second, and Phantom just hopped back in here. One moment. I want to say contribution call out to Phantom with the 20 gifted memberships, and thank you. 1 second, because we did a refresh to try and combat the BS from YouTube. So give me 1 second, because I do need to come here, and I'm going to call out those as well, but I need to do this. Let me see here. Call it out. Let's see. Oh, do me a favor, Phantom. Oh, wait, here we go. There we go. Got you back. Want to say thank you, contribution call out for Phantom for the 20 gifted memberships. Hold on 1 second. I got to go to the YouTube chat to call them out. Oh, snap, Tara B, Lucia, Joe, Control, Alt, Delete, Moonvale, Cooter, Natural Healing, Heather, Phidippus, Victorine, Brandy, Kathy So, Joe Hoff, Denise, Gordon, Min, Danny, Melly Me, Sweet Coffee. Thank you so much for all those gifted memberships. Very generous, Phantom. Thank you very much for the contribution to the community. And I know they will all enjoy that content. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate you.
And I don't think the Nashville residents have seen anything like it, which is why you're seeing the outpouring of citizens that are willing to come down here and go above and beyond to try and get information to help Riley's family. You know, when you have people that are corrupt and that don't do the right things, it's hard to understand it when you're the type of person that does do the right things.
Right.
So, I mean, in terms of like understanding like what would be their motivation, I don't know, because I'm not corrupt, but they are.
Right.
I'm just thinking about, it's usually when you come to things like that, it usually is about press and about you know,
Putting on a good image.
Right.
Putting a good image on.
Yeah, because if you're, you know, trying to host events and stuff like that, and you're trying to draw people in to have it, you know, to have a high crime rate, to have very dangerous areas.
Now it's become a high profile case, and honestly, it should be a case that they would want to solve, to show that if you do go missing in Nashville, or if something does happen, we are going to work diligently and nonstop around the clock to make sure that, you know, that doesn't happen, for one, and if it does, that, you know, we're going to recover you safely and get you home safely. You know, but that's not what this police department's been doing.
And that's sad too, because if you said that you called them with, you feel is pertinent information.
Oh, it is very pertinent information.
Very
Very pertinent information.
And they didn't call you back at all?
No, they didn't.
Not at all. Not one. Did they leave a message, or they just didn't call you? Or
no, they didn't call.
Have you tried to call more than one time?
Yes, I have. I actually, yesterday, I called every single. So the police department has their numbers listed for like the executive office, the different.
Give me 1 second. I want to say contribution call out to Daniel. Thank you for the gifted membership. And the lucky person was you. Thank you so much. Appreciate the gifted membership, and thank you for being a part of the community and your contribution. Thank you so much, Daniel. Appreciate that.
Visions. I called every single number on the police department website, and I couldn't get anyone to call me back.
Oh, shit.
And that's not the first time I've done that either.
Really?
I've called and actually talked to people. I'm going to start. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid to start calling it like it is. I'm going to call a spade a spade. This police department I've been told I'll have them call you back. I'll have the captain call you back. Instead, I get someone who tells me I don't know anything about criminal investigations, but yet that's the same individual that was holding a press conference not too far from where we're standing right now last week. I don't know why they called the press conference, because they didn't have anything to announce other than that they knew nothing more than when, I mean,
how do you know there's no foul play if you don't even know where you're
or if you haven't been through all the tips, and if you haven't been through all of the tips, you cannot possibly tell me that we have no evidence of foul play, or we have no evidence that a crime's been committed.
So my next question would be, is what you're calling about, does it have to do with the case specifically, or does it have to do with the people that are involved with leading the investigation?
Now it involves both, because I've seen both.
So did you originally call because
I originally called because of information, and then now I'm gonna be wanting answers about the people leading this. Like I said, I ain't gonna use the word investigation. Leading this, I don't want to call it effort either, because that means that they're actually doing something. I don't know what you call it.
a thing, I suppose?
Something.
Something.
Have you,
I'm sorry.
have you tried to contact the parents and tell them?
Yes.
Okay. Were you able to discuss what you wanted to with Ellie, with the parents?
I don't want to go into that much detail about that.
Okay.
But I will say is that the parents are doing, from what I can gather, the parents are literally doing everything that if it wasn't for them,
There probably wouldn't be that much attention.
there wouldn't be that much attention
Right.
to this case. They're having to call in outside resources for a reason. Like the Cajun Navy, AquaSearch is supposed to be coming.
Yeah.
Everybody across the country.
Contribution call out, Nicola Moody. I want to throw that up there. Thank you so much for the $4 super sticker. And it is my favorite, the prickly pear, tossing the coffee cup. Thank you so much for that, Nicola Moody. It's always been my favorite. I appreciate you. Thank you.
Sees us. This is actually gone international from what I've seen,
Right.
too.
So why would they choose the Cajun, in your opinion, why would they choose the Cajun Nation or Cajun Navy instead of TBI? Because TBI would be too connected.
No, because TBI, you cannot get TBI. The TBI has to be called in.
Right, yeah, they have to be
They have
invited.
to be invited in, and
But-
nobody's inviting them in that has the capabilities to, because they're too corrupt to do that.
Because they say that there's no reason. This is the official what I've heard. There's no reason to, because.
But then why call in the Cajun Navy? And that's where I'm
They
coming
didn't call in the Cajun Navy. The parents called in the Cajun Navy.
Oh, that's right.
The parents are the ones.
Oh,
The Cajun Navy wouldn't be here but for the parents.
That's right.
What? Be part of like a search group?
We're doing those and interviews and all that stuff too.
Which, yeah, he's about to go down to the river.
Yeah.
That's demons down there.
Yeah, we will be. Yeah, I know.
I'm telling you, I will not stop until Riley is down. Do you know him? Personally? I don't know him personally, but I can tell you this. The police, what I have seen from the police, and the lack of effort.
Seriously? Well,
that's
took them
why
extra long
that's
to
why
even get on it. To take it seriously.
They're honestly, I think Barney Fife could have solved this by now. I would trust Barney Fife if I went missing in that. If I was Riley's parents, I would trust Barney Fife to lead the investigation more than I would trust the people that are leading this.
This is like, okay, there's all these camera lights. So how can a 6'6" guy just disappear? This is what is
And the police
You got
station is
cameras
actually
right
down
there,
There's a
cameras
police
right
station down
there.
Yeah, and there's a police station.
And why did the police, let's think about this too. At the press conference that they held
with his
last Thursday, that Sergeant Nielsen led, he said that there was an officer that was in the area, but he did not interact with Riley.
He said Riley was walking by. They showed a video.
Right, but that video recently only came out.
Yes. Yes.
But if you go to the press conference, listen to it. He said there's an officer. We had an officer in the area, but he did not interact with Riley. When I watched that video, Riley and the officer spoke to one another, which is considered an interaction.
Yes, there was an interaction.
They didn't. It's my idea. It's my belief that the police didn't know the reason they. And also in that press conference, Sergeant Nielsen said that he was not. Sergeant Nielsen said that was the footage that they had released was the last footage of Riley alive. No,
they released some.
But that's because they didn't know. They didn't know that they had that body cam footage.
Say that
Wait,
again.
so say that again.
So
at the conference, they said that they didn't have an interaction, and then they ended up having an
But they
interaction.
did. That was before the video cam.
The video. They also said that they didn't have any more video, and that was the last video of Riley coming across Gay Street was the last video that they had of him. Not true. They had the officer body cam video, which is after.
Yes.
Right, which it tells me. No, that tells me that they weren't aware, or they purposely hid.
They're not being totally honest.
They're not being candid with the public.
Yeah.
So you can't have it both ways.
Yep.
Yeah. So either you just found out that you had the that you just found out that you had the footage from the body cam.
Yeah.
Or you are being honest at that press conference where you announced that was that the video that had been released was the last known video of Riley seen alive.
Do you live here too?
I live in Murfreesboro.
Murfreesboro, yeah.
Yeah.
That's about 30 minutes from here.
Yeah, my half hour.
Do you come down here a lot too?
Not too much. Usually when my friends come here, then we'll come out here.
Yeah, because not the people in Nashville that live in Nashville don't really come to Broadway a lot.
Yeah. Yes. Exactly.
We don't. It's
just crazy. It's just hard to parking.
It's a tourist. It's a tourist place. Yeah, it's when you come down, like when you have somebody from out of town,
then I
you'll
take
bring
them
them down. You may go down, like if you'll go to Broadway if you're going to like something else that's not like at Bridgestone. Then you'll go out to maybe Broadway or something. But you don't go. Nashville residents regularly don't want to be on Broadway
Because of the crime? Or?
No, just because of the hassle, honestly, of like getting down here and parking and just like the drunk tourist and stuff, and also the roofing. That is a known problem in Nashville.
Oh, is
and
it really?
Luke's Bridge is also one of the biggest bars known for that.
What?
Really?
Yeah.
So do you think he was, or do you think it was from a head?
I think that I don't
good
know.
hit.
I don't
went into that concrete.
Well, I know.
Did you see where they zoomed in on that footage where instead of him coming this way, it looked like he was coming this way?
He was avoiding an altercation that was going on
Yeah.
at the food truck.
Yes.
He wasn't running, and nobody was after him.
Yeah.
Nobody was chasing him. He was avoiding it.
You can't really tell. You just see like little heads wobbling right there.
Yeah. So that was what that was. I know there's been a lot of misinformation on TikTok going around, but that was what that was about. I will say that, like, in terms of the roofing, going back to like the roofing and the bars that are known for that. With, you know, Jason Aldean, like the bars that are actually owned by the management, the big country associate, the bars with the names attached to them that are actually, I think all of them are owned by the same company.
Oh, really? Like Alex Jackson's?
Like Jason Aldean's and
They just rotate the people.
Yes, they rotate the people, because I heard a security guard or somebody that used to work security at Luke's. It's the same management, and they just says one weekend she would be at Luke's, next week she'd be working out.
I have a question, and I'm going to ask you guys in chat. And if this is okay with you, Rosie, if you would like to do this, would you guys like to listen to this as we're driving to Nashville? Do you guys just want me to leave now and we can listen to this on the drive down while we're driving there? Would that be as we're listening?
That was actually something I was going to suggest for your original drive. But yeah, it depends on chat how they feel.
Yeah, I mean, if instead of us kind of sitting here listening to this, if I'm going to be going up there anyway, why don't maybe we should just do that.
You know, it's gonna start getting busy, so maybe
maybe
start.
head up there early so I can make sure, even if there is another accident or something like that, I can make sure that that I'm at least there in plenty of time before. So yeah, and because of the crackling and stuff, I got one of my new headsets out of the box, so we shouldn't have that problem for this trip. Why don't I do that? Give me 1 second. I already have one set up for later. Okay, so let me see. I already have one set up for later. I'll set this one up for we'll set it up for, let me think. I'll set it up for 2:15 Central. That'll give me a few minutes to pack up and then get on the road. Let me see. I will drop the link for that. Let me see here. Let's see, 2:15. So we'll do that. And so let me see. Yeah, and then we can just listen to this on the way down there, because it's about an hour and a half to 2 hours anyway. Okay, so we do have the notification up for the trip, the notification up for the live on location for the Vigil. I'm going to go ahead and update that from 6 to 5:30. And I'm going to be meeting up with some others as well. And Jessica's going to be there, so I'll probably be at the Vigil with Jessica. So I want to talk to her some more too. Oh, it's all good, Debbie. I'll be meeting up with others, so I'm not going to be by myself. It's all good. Yeah, let's do that. All right, everybody. I'm going to go ahead. We'll transition this over to the drive show, and we will continue to listen to this. Thank you, Just Chilling. And for Summer Wells too, prayers. Yeah, we'll go ahead and transition this over to that show. I just need a couple minutes to pack up, and I'm all ready, and then we'll get on the road. So just give us a few minutes. We'll be back at 2:15. And yeah, it's probably a better idea that we do, just in case we do run into traffic and stuff like that. So I'll be back here. It might be 2:15, 2:20 or whatever Central, but it will be coming up here in a few as soon as I'm on the road. So we'll see you guys here in a little bit, and then we'll be live on location for the Vigil, and I'll get those sent out to you too, Rosie, so we can connect on that. All right, I'll see you guys here in a few. Thank you, everybody. We'll be back, and I appreciate all your guys' support. It really means everything, and thank you for all the contributions in this show as well. See you guys in a few.
Ep.524 Fulton.